Hey there, this is Flo. We want to find out today, is a Surface Book worth the money? And if it is, who is it for? You're going to find out right now in our review. If James Bond or Voltron from Transformers had a laptop, this is what it would look like the Surface Book. And the question though, is it worth the money? Because obviously James Bond would probably need it because, it would have an exploding pen or something like that, right? But for a regular person that's not a secret agent, is the Surface Book worth it? After 1 week of use with the Surface Book, I have decided to share with the world, including James Bond. Was it worth it? And to cut to the chase, for me it is, because I'm an entrepreneur and I run several businesses with my laptops and computers. So having something portable that's this powerful obviously was worth it. Obviously, there are other ultrabooks, which is what this category of computer kind of is. There are other ultrabooks that are just as light, almost as powerful, or just as powerful in a lot of ways. So obviously, the question you would ask yourself is, what makes this stand apart? And a lot of you already know that answer. It's the pen, the detachable screen. But some people may not find that very useful. Some people may find it more useful. The one thing I will tell you, as soon as I got this out of the box, I'm assuming this is how most people feel when they get their new MacBook Pro or MacBook Air. I felt like I had a very expensive piece of machinery in my hand. It feels expensive. With that feeling of priciness, though, comes the feeling that you could break it. I wouldn't want to just throw this into my bag like I would with maybe another cheap laptop, right? So if you're buying this, you're also buying it for the image, for the quality, for the build quality. And I'm pretty sure if I drop this, it wouldn't break, but I would not want to drop this. While some of the cheaper laptops I've purchased in the past, I wouldn't mind dropping. Then there's this hinge right here with this hole. I mean, what's the deal with that? Do things get stuck in that? From what I've seen so far, they do not. It depends what you would have in your bag, obviously. If you have gerbils that live in your laptop bag and you feed them from time to time, they may try and squeeze themselves in here if they're small enough. But if you don't have gerbils or any other type of rodent or insect in your bags, it's interesting. And the other side benefit of having this hinge like this is that the keys do not touch the screen, because the screen is touchscreen, and with most laptops the screen gets really smudgy. This screen is going to get smudgy enough because you're going to be touching it. Now, this is where I have an interesting problem with this laptop slash hybrid tablet 2-in-1, is the fact that most laptops, especially Apple MacBook Pros, etc., when you open them, all you have to do is lift this hinge and it'll open easily without the laptop moving. With this specific computer, the Surface Book, you can't really do that. And when I was looking at some of the other reviews, I was wondering, why can't you do that? Maybe it's too heavy. But the truth is, they actually have a magnet that runs along the edge inside that seals it. So this is a super secure device that you can put in your bag without worrying about it opening or moving. Because what that would probably do is, if you put your laptop to sleep and put it in your bag and then it moves, then maybe the power will fully kick on and then you'll run down your battery. So that's a good reason for that. And because it's touchscreen and it does have that gap, it needs to be secure. So it is very secure. So you can't open it like this. I mean, you literally could, if I try hard enough, I've done it before. If you push it against the wall and then do that, you could do that, but why would you want to do that? Another thing is I was looking, since this is such an expensive piece of kit, right? It's like a Rolex of laptops. You want to look at the build quality to see how good it is. Is it really perfect? And it almost feels like it's perfect, yet it kind of looks like it's handmade. The reason why is because the gap, and then, unlike MacBooks and other laptops don't have these vents running at the top right here. There's a vent because literally the whole computer is in the top portion, and then there's more battery, and the NVIDIA graphics card is in the keyboard. I have the maxed out version with 512 gigabyte SSD hard drive or SSD drive. There's a 1 terabyte version now that's $3,000. So this one was $2,600 or $2,699. And I figured I'm just gonna splurge and get this one because obviously it's for my business. And secondly, I did not want to basically have to get a new one a year from now, especially since we do a lot of videos for our clients that we do marketing for. By the way, if you want to grow your business or start a business, reach out to us. We help entrepreneurs and business owners get more clients or make more money from the clients they have. But anyway, enough of that advertisement. So this is, without even opening it, this is what you see. Then obviously the pen is right here, and they call it the Surface Pen. And this magnet is very strong. It literally just sticks right there. And then we have the power cord right here, and it's a magnet too. There's like magnets all over this thing. Let's put that back in. And then now we're gonna go ahead and open it up and see what it looks like on the inside. On the inside of this baby. Is it worth it? Or is it, obviously, this laptop slash hybrid slash tablet starts at $1,500 on the low end with 8 gigabytes of RAM. With integrated graphics, not a NVIDIA graphics card, but that could be good enough for you. Or, if you don't really need a laptop, the Surface Pro 4 is really good. I mean, I have the Surface Pro 3 and the Surface Pro 2, so obviously I love those devices. If you don't really type a lot, and you don't stay away from a power outlet for extended hours, like if you're a student or if you're a professional and you're not gonna be at a desk all day, but you're gonna be moving around, this is a great device because I found that if you're just replying to emails all day and checking your email and maybe on instant messenger or something like that, this should last you about 7 to 8 hours. Now, if you're doing things like we do with video, watching YouTube videos, rendering videos, it's gonna be about 4 hours. If you use it sporadically, throughout the day and you're away from an outlet and then you close it and put it to sleep when you're not using it or use the hibernate function, this could literally last you 8 to 10 hours or more. Some people have gotten it to last 12 hours. So let's go ahead and open this and see what it looks like on the inside, and I'll let you know what I think. So now we're gonna go ahead and open it up. But one of the special features of this laptop is Windows Hello. And I wasn't really sure how well this was going to work, but it works very well. And what that allows you to do is log in with your face. Literally your face. So this is a James Bond laptop. Like I was saying earlier, my name is Bond, James Bond. Not really. But all you have to do is open it up, look at it, and this saves me a lot of time because sometimes I'm running in between projects and I might have to sign in 10 times a day. Now I literally don't have to type those extra keystrokes every time I want to log in. And I love that. So let's go ahead and see if it works live on video. So all I need to do first, let me show you how I open this. I put my fingers on the sides. You have to almost use two hands to open it because the magnet is so strong. But once you get the lid up, then you can use one hand to open it like this. So it's looking for me right here. So now all I have to do is hold it up to my face and it logged me in that easily. I don't have to press any buttons. It logged me in. Let me move that out of the way. So I have some things running here, but this is a beautiful screen. There's a little bit of a glare right there, obviously because of the light, but the screen is really beautiful. That's the first thing I see when I open it. The screen is just amazing looking. If you are someone that is an artist or you need something that's high resolution, let's say you're into photography or you do video work, this screen will show you a great picture. The picture quality is great. I'm not a picture expert, but all I know is it's a great looking screen. This is the side right here. Again, this is where the pen is right here. And what some people might complain about is the fact that when you tap on it, you see what it's doing right now. But the fact is it's a touch screen. So the way I would use it, or the way I use it when I'm tapping on it, is I usually hold it with one hand and I'm going like this. Or even if you tap on it with the mouse, it's gonna do what it's supposed to do. The screen just moves a little bit. It doesn't go anywhere. And one of the features people were blown away by was obviously the fact that the screen can detach. And at first I was trying to be very gentle because this is such a expensive product. I knew I needed to be gentle with it. So I wasn't trying to really take it off. I was trying to almost use my finger or pull it from the side. But really what you have to do is just grab it like this. So I'm going to demonstrate how that works. You could either do it on the screen right here, or you can do it by hitting this button, a dedicated button on the keyboard. So this dedicated button works in a way where you can't accidentally detach it. It's like a software plus a mechanical mechanism that attaches to this fulcrum hinge, which is what they call it. And if I press this button, now I can take it off like this. It was almost kind of violent, right? It felt violent, but look at the screen. It's in my hands now. I mean, and this screen is actually lighter than the Surface Pro 4 and the Surface Pro 3 screen that I have. The reason it's lighter too is because there are no ports on it. It's not designed so that you would use it as a tablet all day like the Surface Pro 4 or 3. So if you need an all-day tablet, that's not what this device is. If you want to take it off and watch a movie for 30 minutes while you're waiting for a plane or look at some pictures up close like this, this is what this device is for. And they call this portion of it the clipboard. They don't even call it a tablet. But holding it like this and reading something, it just looks amazing. The picture quality, the quality of the words on the page, these letters I have here of this review I'm writing for the Surface Book, they just look amazing. And look, I can literally hold it with one hand and it does not feel bad at all. I can extend it all the way out here, even though that's out of focus, and it does not feel heavy. But if I held this in my hand for about 20 minutes, my hand would start to hurt. So that's why you could either hold it like this, where I'm on a table, but I'm still holding it in my hand. One of the other ways I like to hold it is actually attached to the keyboard, since you could turn it the other way. But before I do that, you can actually put the power cord right here and charge the tablet or the clipboard version, even though they don't really advertise that. But I could literally put it right here and it's charging it. So if I wanted to be away from the keyboard for a while and I didn't want to hold that heavy thing or lug the heavy thing around, I could literally be on the couch without the power for a couple hours, up to 3.5 maybe, if you're really doing light browsing on and off. That's as long as the battery life will last. If you combine the two, you can get up to 12 hours. But sometimes you might not want to carry the keyboard portion around. But another trick is you can actually turn the screen around. So what am I trying to do? If I put the clipboard version back on backwards like this, it makes that noise once it's in there. Then I go like this, I can use the full battery, or I can literally leave it on a table this way or on my lap and just pull this top part up. Now what's great about this way of doing it is it's great for, like, if I'm at the dinner table and I'm drinking a cup of coffee in the morning, this is perfect. The reason why this is perfect is because the screen is right here. I don't need the keyboard. If I want the keyboard, I can pull up the keyboard on the screen because I'm just browsing the internet, or I'm looking at Facebook and seeing what people are talking about there. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to type a long email to someone. And then I could also use this pen right here. If I press the top one time, that's actually opening Cortana because I held it down too long. But if I press it one time, it opens up OneNote that easily. And I could actually just start writing. I could remind myself of a note or just write down something I was reading on Facebook and just write down a couple notes. Remember to create a review. So I could do that. And then I could also use the back of the pen, just like an eraser. It's like an erasable pen, and it feels way better than the Surface Pro 3 pen. But actually now you can use this pen for the Surface Pro 3. So I have a Surface Pro 3 that I bought my wife. At least my wife has a Surface Pro 3. So I'm gonna buy her the new pen and the new keyboard, which is very good. And I'm going to use it on the Surface Pro 3 because the Surface Pro 3 is different. The Surface Pro 4 is better than the Surface Pro 3, but it's not that much better for people that already had the Surface Pro 3. So that's why I went from the Surface Pro 2 to the Surface Book. So am I happy with my purchase? If I was a college student, maybe I wouldn't be, because spending $2,000 on a laptop might be too much for me. But if you're studying molecular science or engineering, then having the extra battery life, having a tablet and a laptop in one device where you can take notes is definitely worth every penny. There aren't a lot of devices that can do this. There are other devices, Windows related devices that have touch screens. Obviously, there are no MacBooks with a touch screen. You could get a MacBook or a MacBook Air, and then you could get an iPad Pro, but then you're paying $1,000 before tax for your iPad Pro, and then you're paying $1,300 before tax for your MacBook Air, and then you have two devices, so that's about $2,400, where you could get this even with the NVIDIA graphics built into the keyboard for $2,000. So you save money and you have one device instead of two. Now, there have been some bugs related to Windows 10. I think because they were probably trying to rush it out before Apple came out with something or came out with the iPad Pro. But it's pretty stable. I haven't had that many glitches. The few things that have happened, I got a blue screen one time in this past week. How did that happen? That happened when I was using Power Director and I was trying to capture video from it. It just froze everything up. So that kind of crashed one time. And then when I first got it, the first couple days, I didn't know how to take the screen off properly. So then I would press the screen release button, and then I would try to pull it from the side, and you really have to pull it from the middle, and you have to pull it. It's not just gonna come off because there's magnets in here that are holding it strong so that this thing doesn't fall apart. So now when I want to take the screen off, like I said, I just hit that button, wait for the sound, and then just hold the keyboard down. And literally the whole device is right here. I have everything I need to use this as a computer, but I don't have to lug around the keyboard if I don't want it. Now the fulcrum hinge portion is what everybody was so amazed by, but also they were concerned about it, thinking it might break. This thing, once you take off the clipboard or the screen, it doesn't move. Literally, you can't move it. I mean, it kind of budges a little bit, but it's like it works electronically when the whole thing is connected. Then all of a sudden it moves, it balances the clipboard version, and it's just amazing. And obviously they had to create something like this in order for the screen that weighs just as much as the base to support itself, because with most laptops, the screen is a lot lighter than the base because mostly everything will be in the base, right? And then that's how it functions. And this form factor that was created by the Surface team, this part is it feels like it's a little bit heavier than the screen, maybe a little bit. The screen really feels just amazingly light. I mean, I can't believe how big it is and how light it is. And when I say how big it is, in the perspective that it's a full computer. I have Windows 10 on here, and literally everything, all my programs are on here. I have Camtasia for recording the screen for marketing videos for clients. I have Adobe Premiere on here, the Adobe Creative Suite. And by the way, if you render videos, I found that Power Director will render videos a lot faster if you're not doing anything advanced. Power Director, and it's very cheap. It's less than $100, and it will render videos fast. We use Power Director to create YouTube videos to do marketing for ourselves and for our clients. Again, hey, if you need more clients, reach out to us. We can help you with that. But I mean, I'm just amazed because all of my programs are in this little piece of magnesium. Yeah, this is magnesium. Sounds expensive. It is. And it's not perfect. If I was an Apple MacBook user, I might like the MacBook more. There are some pros to having a MacBook in that if you have the 13-inch, it's just as light. It doesn't have a touchscreen or a pen, obviously, but you can get a MacBook Air for $200 less than you could get a base model of this. But with the base model of this laptop, you're getting the newest i7 dual core processor. You're getting a full tablet with Windows 10 on it. That's very light. And then you're also getting a full laptop. So, I mean, you're getting the best of both worlds. And once you lock it back in, then all of a sudden, this moves back and forth. It stays wherever you put it. It looks like it kind of wants to fall down right here, right? And then once you get close enough, it just snaps because of those magnets. It just closes by itself. And again, like I said, you can't open it like this because these magnets have it pretty well secure. So you have to open it on the sides. And then once you open it, I hold the bottom down and then I open this and then it's looking for me, Windows hello. So I just pick it up, stop moving because you can't move. And then it goes to Windows 10. So they did a few updates over the past few days, and now I guess the people that were having issues, if they were having issues, like I said, I haven't had more than 1 or 2 issues over the past week, but they did a couple updates, no issues. This is a great device for people that are professionals. If you're a serious college student, not if you're taking humanities classes, obviously, if you're like doing chemistry or engineering or computer-aided drafting, or if you're a graphics design student, this would be a great laptop for you, especially when you put it into clipboard mode. I mean, you could literally run any program on this. And I think the 8GB version, that's $17.99, to me is the best of both worlds because it's not too expensive, but you can get the integrated graphics inside. So if you just want to try it out, then you could obviously go with the base model, which is $1,500. That's still expensive for a laptop, but for what you get, you won't need a tablet anymore. Even though this isn't an all-day tablet, they've designed it for people that use this 80% of the time as a laptop. So again, so far I give this a thumbs up. If I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it a 9, maybe like an 8.8. And the only things I would want to be improved is if this top screen in 2 years could get maybe a ½ pound lighter, I mean, there would be no need for tablets anymore, because you could get a full operating system in a computer like this with a screen that weighs a pound and 4 ounces. Right now it's 1.6 pounds, the screen. It's still pretty light, like I said, because for the most part, I would hold it where I'm bracing it in my lap, and that shouldn't be a problem. But again, it comes with Windows 10, OneNote. By pressing the button one time, holding it down, Cortana will pop up and you can ask her anything. Obviously, most of the time that redirects you to Bing though. So if that's a problem, that's what they want you to do, obviously. One of the things I would suggest to do with this is, if you get it, when you're not using it, make sure you put it in hibernate. So for example, if you're not close to an outlet, but you don't want to fully turn it off, put it in hibernate mode. Add that inside the system settings. Just search for hibernate by pressing the Windows icon and then typing in hibernate and adding the hibernate function so that it's not using any battery or very much battery. Or just turn it off and then turn it back on when you're using it, because if you do that, you can literally have this last all day for you if you're just using it to take notes and do some light browsing or getting on the social media. Obviously, if you're getting on websites with a lot of animation and flash like YouTube, that's going to drain the battery a lot quicker. For example, if you use this with Google Chrome and you're watching YouTube videos, this would probably last 4 hours before you drain out all the battery. 4 to 5 hours. But, most people aren't watching YouTube videos for 4 to 5 hours, or they just wouldn't get this laptop for that. You could get a cheap tablet for that. But other than that, it's an amazing device. I'm going to do some other videos every week and articles to show you what I'm using this for, how I'm running my business, how we run $1 million business just from this computer. And if that's something you're interested in too, so you could buy expensive laptops like this, hey, make sure you click on the links below this video or in the article. Also, let us know if you have any questions. I'll look for bugs. If there's anything you want us to try on this, let us know. We'll try it. Right now, we just have, Adobe software, Camtasia, our CRM software. We use Excel on this. That's pretty much what we do. If you want us to try out some games, I'm not a big gamer, but just tell me where I can get some cheap games or what you want me to try on this, and I can try it for you and let you know just by shooting a video and uploading it and just showing you how well it does. But from what I've seen overall, it plays games that have medium quality graphics pretty well on medium settings. Games that are heavy on the graphics are not going to run well on this device. It's not really designed for games, but if you're just bored in between work and you want to play a game for 15-20 minutes, this will work. But if you really are into the newest games, you'll want to use your desktop for that, or your Xbox or your PlayStation, or get a gaming laptop. But like I said, this is a great overall machine. We're going to do more stuff to see how well it operates. But right now, after 1 week, I am really happy with it. There was one more thing that happened. The screen went black one time, but that's because they were doing the update and I didn't know it, and I was trying to do something. So that's the only thing I hate about how Windows does the updates, is they just start happening. But I like it because they fix things that were problems without me having to go manually looking for the update. So overall, like I said, I give this about a 9 out of 10. I love my Surface Book so far. I don't regret it. But if you're gonna get this and you're just gonna use it for surfing the internet, obviously you can get a $300 laptop or tablet for that, or even an iPad mini will do a better job of that. If you want to do real work Every once in a while, you want to play some games. You want to write notes. If you're writing notes every day on paper, this will save you a lot of heartache, because using OneNote on this, you'll never lose your notes again. And if you are James Bond and you're a secret agent, you can send the instructions on the rendezvous point through your computer, and then you can also make this explode. No, obviously you can't. Well, maybe you can. I just don't know how. But if I can figure out how to make the pen explode, I'll do that too. But first I gotta probably get some more insurance to cover myself. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this review. Again, we're going to be updating this very often to show you what we're doing with this, how we're using it for our business. But so far, we really like it, and we're just giving you our honest opinion, and stay tuned for more. Bye-bye for now. Is the Surface Book worth the money? We're about to find out right now in our review. Is the Surface Book 4 worth the money? Wait, it's a Surface Book. It's not a Surface Book 4. It's a Surface Book worth the money. We're about to find out right now in our review.
Is the Surface Book worth the money? We're about to find out right now in our review.
Hey man, is the Surface Book worth the money? You tell me. You tell me if it's worth the money. Because we're about to find out right now in our review.
Hey partner, is the Surface Book worth the money? We're about to find out right now in our review of the Surface Book. I don't know if it's a book or a surface. They need to make up their mind. That's what I think.